Hey guys, it's me, Captain Awesome here, and basically I'm doing a fun collab video with basically one of my best friends on the internet, aka Django Fett, who's an awesome YouTuber just like myself, and basically he's been doing a fun review of the Mummy trilogy, and he basically has already done reviews of the Mummy and the Mummy Returns, basically, on his YouTube channel, so I'll put the links in the description to those two reviews, basically, guys, so you can check them out, and also I'll put the link to his YouTube channel and his official Twitter so you can follow him on those platforms. So there you go, Django, there's your shout out. But anyway, besides that and everything, the video is basically about the Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, aka the Mummy 3. And I'm just going to call it the Mummy 3 because that subtitle is pretty long, so yeah. And because basically the Mummy was basically getting a remake, basically as we know to be the beginning of a monster cinematic universe, which is coming out somewhere this month starring Tom Cruise, which is probably going to suck, but, basically, it's coming out, and we thought, let's do something fun in the summer, and I did say in, my announcement video for the new Geek podcast coming, that there was going to be some more collab videos, fun videos and everything coming on the channel, and on other channels, so, yeah, this is basically an example of one of them. So, basically, Django will be doing a video himself, other people will be as well, but I'm going to be doing my own video, my own version, everything, contributing to the collab, and basically Django in the collab, basically on the, his channel, because he's the main guy that basically started this whole project and everything, he will give everybody else, including me and everybody else, a shout out basically when it comes to the collab, because he's going to be the one going in the main basic detail, the main reasons why this movie sucks, because a lot of people hate this movie, and I don't blame them, because this movie absolutely sucks balls. So yeah, but anyway guys, before I end up saying why, literally, basically, the four main reasons why I think the Mummy 3 sucks, I'm going to go a little bit in detail on the first two movies and what I thought of them, just to give you a glimpse of what I thought of those movies. Well, the first one, which came out in 1999, starring Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, was an absolute cult classic. It was amazing, the cast was fantastic, the horror aspect of it was executed really well, the visual effects and the practical effects still hold up to this day, and basically it was just a really fun action-adventure movie. Now, the second one, which came out in 2001, came out a few years later, and it had, most of the same cast, with a few new additions, obviously, but it wasn't as good as the first movie, and obviously there was, obviously CGI issues, like, goddamn, look at the fucking, Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the fucking, Scorpion King, my god, that was terrible, that CGI, and a few other flaws, but besides that, the movie was still a very visually entertaining movie and fun action-adventure, so overall, the first two movies get a thumbs up from me. But now, let's get to The Mummy 3, which, by the way, was, when it came to comedy, so over the top. It was basically just, a huge clusterfuck, and basically, pretty much overall, just, basically a pure cash grab by Hollywood. Because if you look from the first two movies where they came, one came out in 1999, the other had, in a few years gap with, 2001, this movie had, like, a huge gap away from those two films where it came out in 2008. So you can already see the huge disconnect, basically, already. But my top four reasons why this movie sucks. Now, first reason is the CGI is absolutely terrible when it comes to this movie. When it comes to the warriors, when it comes to the monsters, when it comes to the stunts, the action choreography, everything in general, this movie looks so fake. And you could dude, it's basically like the 2008 version of Gods of Egypt. And we all saw how bad of a shit CGI fest that was. Jesus. And basically, it's quite ironic actually, because the first Mummy movie, which came out in 1999, of the franchise, basically, literally, as I said before about how the visual effects and the practical effects and the CGI overall still holds up to this day, that's ironic because that movie came out in 1999 and this movie's in 2008, so it just shows you, if you don't have the right people editing this movie and everything, and, the right direction and just the right thing overall, the movie's gonna suck, and it's gonna be a boring clusterfuck CGI fest, basically like what The Mummy 3 exactly was. Okay, second reason, basically this movie sucks, no Rachel Weisz, aka the actress who plays Evie, and, she basically was just a fan favorite for the first two movies. She was amazing, she was, so likable, she was funny, and she was also kind of clumsy, so I like that she was actually kind of flawed as a character and she wasn't perfect, but she was just so amazing, and she had great chemistry and electric chemistry with Brendan Fraser, aka Rick O'Connell, in the first two movies. So yeah, and basically her, as I said though, the bummer about this movie is one of the main bummers is she's not in the movie, and she's replaced by Maria Bello. And I don't hate this actress, but let me tell you something, honey, I'm sorry, you sucked as Evie, and you just had no chemistry whatsoever with Brendan Fraser. Basically, you just didn't capture the magic of that couple of Rick and Evie basically for the first two films. Plus, I just have to mention Luke Ford, this actor this actor who played, the older version of Alex O'Connell. You know, the really annoying son of Rick and Evie in the second movie? Yeah, he's older in this movie, and he's fucking unlikable as hell. I fucking hated him in this film. But I just wanted to quickly point that out. But anyway, the third reason why this movie sucks, oh my god, Jet Li, who's one of the most badass martial arts actors of all time. He's up there with Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, and many others. And literally his talent is very underutilized, and it's heavily wasted, as he just plays this very boring, generic, unlikable villain and everything that's very forgettable. Plus, another thing as well, compared to Imhotep, the main villain of the first two movies, Imhotep was a very compelling and very interesting dark character. He was really amazing every time he turned up. Like, you wanted to see more of him. He was just captivating. With this guy, you just didn't give a fuck when it came to, Jet Li's character and everything. So, yeah. Plus, also, it's really annoying because he's one of my favorite actors of all time, and to see him in such a shit role and in such a shit movie, it pains me a lot. So, don't worry, Jet Li, man. We feel for you, bro. But anyway, overall, let's just basically get to, the fourth and final reason. As I mentioned, this movie has a huge time gap from the release of the first two to the third one. Basically, this movie is, set in, ancient Chinese mythology, which is really weird because the first two movies were ancient Egyptian mythology and lore. So, and also, this movie has nothing to do with the first two at all. You would think, as it is a trilogy, it would connect to each other. Nope, it doesn't connect. It's like the first two movies are this awesome two-parter, while the third one is just some random follow-up. And literally, I don't really remember basically ancient China having any mummies. I feel like that's just a pull that Hollywood had to do because they couldn't think of any ideas of how to do anything new and fresh with the ancient Egyptian mythology. So they thought, yeah, let's just go to ancient China for no random reason. But yeah, because ancient Egypt, everything, all the mummy stuff and everything originated from there. So that's why it makes sense to be ancient Egypt. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that's my four main reasons why basically this movie sucks for me. And by the way, just like to say, there is one person I know that really likes this movie, and that's the Grooviest Story, and a great buddy of mine. So, don't worry, bro, I love you too. But also, I just want to say one thing too. Basically, don't worry, Groovy. Basically, Django shares your love for another, basically, let's say, ancient mythology CGI shitfest, aka Gods of Egypt. And by the way, guys, if you want to check out that review that Django did, it was pretty funny on Gods of Egypt. He did it a few days ago, and it's pretty awesome. So definitely check that out on his channel. Plus, also, I'd just like to say huge shout out to Django Fett. Thank you so much, bro, for allowing me to be a part of this collab and everything. Because we both wanted to do something fun together with everyone else that we're friends with. And you're one of my best friends on the internet. And you're a YouTuber and person I really respect. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. Plus, shout out to everyone else who support us, who contributed, because you guys are amazing too. And also shout out to you, my fans, who always stick by me and support me no matter what. So yeah. But anyway, guys, this was a really fun collab and everything. Expect more collabs here and there every once in a while with Django and many other people I'm friends with when it comes to them being YouTubers and everything on YouTube. So yeah, but this was a really fun video. So leave a like and comment for your opinions. Subscribe for more videos for more, guys.